Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video to show you how to change the microphone in the OnePlus One. I'll include links in the video description for any tools that I'm going to be using during this process today, and any parts that I'm going to be replacing. I'll include links where I found them for the best price, so you can check them out there. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your device is powered off, and then you can use the SIM eject tool and make sure to remove the SIM card tray here. To start removing the back cover, what I found works really well. If you have like a screwdriver or something, and you can just carefully pry in here by the headphone jack just to get it started a little bit. The back will start separating a little bit right there. Then what we can do is use something like a plastic pry tool like this or something, and if you get started here, just keep working your way around. Sometimes the corners are the trickiest right there. So just keep working your way around. Then once you get close and you get these, usually the whole part comes off just like that. Next, what we need to do is use a tweezers or something and remove these little covers covering the screws. There's 2 down here and there's 3 up here. So we'll go ahead and remove those using a tweezers or something sharp to get them off. Next, what we'll need to do is use a Phillips screwdriver size 000, and we're going to need to remove all these screws on the bottom and the top here. Now, all the ones that you removed, the plugs out here, the covers for the screws, those are different size, so make sure to keep them separate. I would recommend laying these all out in the order that you take them out, that way you know exactly where they go back. There's one screw up in this top corner that's covered with a white protective cover as well, and you want to pull that off and remove that screw as well. So there's 15 total. So next what we can do is use something like a screwdriver or something that you can pry with carefully right here in the headphone jack. Just pry up carefully. If you can get it under there where you can get your fingernail under it and hold it, then if you can pry up with something carefully, and then this here will pop up, and then, excuse my hands, but you can just tip this up and it just comes apart like that. Just pry up down here and have this cover come up. If you take a plastic pry tool or your fingernail or something, go ahead and disconnect this connector right here for the battery. And then it works best for a plastic pry tool that I've found, because you don't want it digging in at all. But what you can do is, if you pry right straight under this middle connector right here, what you can do is just very carefully, it won't dig in if you slide as straight as you can. And it has some strong adhesive under it, but what you can do is just work this loose. And once this starts coming loose over here, it has the strongest adhesive on this side right here. This side isn't near as strong, so you want to come in from this side. And then you just want to keep working it. And then if I can show it here, down in here, it has some strong adhesive, and what you have to do is pry it certain far, and then you want to use your plastic pry tool and just cut the adhesive with that as you come along. And then as you get it all the way down, there's this white stuff right here, that's the strongest. And if you cut it with this, that works pretty good. And then this whole battery comes out just like that. Then to change the charging port, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to disconnect this connector and this connector. Remove this adhesive strip that's along here on the bottom. You can just peel it off. And then you can slide under this here, just stuck down with adhesive. And you can just pull up, just slide along. When you get down here, you may have to pry up under the charging port here a little. And then this whole part comes loose just like this. So to change this part that has the vibrator in it, what you want to do is just go ahead up here and remove this connector right here. And then you can just slide down under here. Now watch this little part that goes under the frame here. But you want to just make it loose and then go on beyond it and make this part loose. And then once this is loose, what you can do is just kind of pull this sideways. I'm going to use the tweezers here so you can see. But just grab that piece and let it come out like that. That's the tricky one to watch for. Then next we're going to want to take something and release this microphone right here. It's kind of stuck down with adhesive is all. And also we're going to want to disconnect this antenna wire right here by prying up with something. Then we're going to want to pry up right in here, and it just has adhesive under it, so it's stuck down with something. Then you want to just pry this up all the way along as you go across. Just go carefully. And that whole part comes out just like that. So to reinstall, just grab this, watch this antenna wire over here. What we're going to do is set this down. It pretty much knows right where to go. We'll want to watch this antenna wire, get it out of the way. And then this pretty much snaps right into place. It can only go one spot. Then let's go ahead and reconnect this antenna wire. Just make sure that it's sitting down nice and square. Then let's do this microphone right here. Stick it down. The same part has the vibrator and the microphone in it. So then what we can do is set this in its channel where it wants to go, in the hole inside the frame. And I would recommend reconnecting this connector before you stick all this down, and then this just can go right in place where it wants to go. Then next grab your charging port, set it down on there. Same thing, reconnect the connectors first and stick it down. Then you want to go ahead, grab your adhesive tape and put it back down on the bottom here. Grab your new battery, set it down in there like this. Go ahead and reconnect this connector right here. Make sure it's pressed down all the way. So then what you can do is just grab this, set it down in here, just snap it in. Next we'll grab this cover, set it right down on here. Should just snap right in. And we'll go ahead and put all our screws back in here and put these plugs in, these covers, after you put these screws in. Next, go ahead and put the screws in the bottom here and these two plugs in after you put these screws in. To put the back cover back on, just grab your back cover, set it down on here, start at the top and work your way down around. Just make it snap in all the way. You can check your reveals all the way around and grab your SIM card, put your SIM card back in, and you're all set. Thanks for watching.